All right, we are green. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix both of those things together, and overall just backhanding tyranny wherever we find it. Republican, moderate, Democrat, centrist, rhino, whatever. Don't care. We're all about freedom. Now, guys, what we're going to talk about in this live this morning to start off your week so beautifully, this thing with Davey Hogg, he's about to get politically snuffed out. The entire Democrat leadership just came out and backhanded the crap out of him on national TV. They're talking about removing him from the DNC completely. Guys, when we're over the target, we are over the freaking target. Everything I'm about to show you is linked in the description box below. I always bring the receipts, and if you're just now filtering in, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because YouTube is up to those same old tricks, those shysters they are. So make sure they don't interrupt your prescription to freedom, and thank you for that. All right, guys, you got to send this one out, because this one, anybody who's anybody in the gun world knows that Davey Hogg is one of the most annoying gun control advocates ever that was directly placed inside the DNC by gun controllers. Yeah, he just overplayed his hand so hard, the Dems are about to slap the crap out of him. All right. So we're going to jump right over to my X profile, at BradenLOA, if you'd like to follow along and have some fun. As you can see right here, we've got all sorts of Davey Hogg goodness popping up. This is going to be a fun one, so make sure you don't miss out, at BradenLOA. Let's get it. Audio, video is good. All right. So let me do a little recap from what I covered on Saturday. And I hope you guys had an amazing Easter. I took the Sunday off to focus on some things, and now we're back to the grind. All right. We talked about this on Saturday. David Hogg came out and blamed democracy for all the bad things in the world, okay? So we know it's a constitutional republic. We know he's an idiot. We know that too. But he did some things about ousting Democrats who are in safe seats in order to get far left progressives inside those seats with $20 million from the DNC. Oh, he's pissed some people off. All right, enough for you in here. Let's get it. This is where we were just 24 hours ago, because this timeline is going at Mach 5. Here's what happened yesterday, day before yesterday.
For them, because we go out there as Democrats all the time and say democracy is the most important thing. We have to defend democracy. We fail to acknowledge that this generation, democracy is what put us through school shooter drills and school shootings. It's what's put us through the climate crisis and so much more. What we have to do is prove that democracy matters by standing up to the special interests that are killing the American dream and making our young people lose faith, not only in our party, but the future of this country. That is why we're doing this.
For you personally, is
So just so you know, he's talking about slapping the crap out of seated Democrats in safe seats with far left progressives, which the long math on this is would basically make them lose safe seats. The Democrat Party and the moderates in the middle, they know that. So they're coming out with their knives. In fact, I showed you one more thing. James Carville, one of the leaders of the Democrat Party, kind of the older wing vestige, he called him what did he call him? I can't remember what he called him. Something about I'll just show you.
The well-known Democratic strategist James Carville said in response to this announcement of this plan that you have to primary Democrats, he said that the DNC should sue you and called you, quote, a contemptible little twerp. What is your reaction to that?
Try it. That is my reaction. I would also say,
try it. Arrogance, condescension, youth, amazing. Well, that was the other day. Now, let's fast forward to this timeline. Here's what's some reports that are sneaking out of the DNC, because you guys know that Davey Hogg is one of the vice chairs to the DNC, one of 3, okay? Now, this is where it gets really fun. So the DNC chair, Ken Martin, that's the new guy, is reportedly exploring options to remove David Hogg from his role as vice chair. If that happens, it is going to be massive, and his fall from grace will be complete. According to sources, multiple senior Democrat officials, including at least 4 members of Congress, have privately expressed frustration with Hogg for going rogue and threatening to bankroll primary challenges against them using DNC funds. That's the rub here. That's why Carville called him a contemptible little twerp. The tension stemmed from the refusal to publicly endorse his more extreme positions, such as opposing the deportation of criminal gang members. Hogg has also butted heads with Martin, the leader of the DNC, and other party leaders who view his political action committee, Leaders We Deserve, as both a conflict of interest and misaligned with broader party objectives. Translation: Davey Hogg is being used as the pawn to push the far-left progressives on the Democrat Party and take the entire thing over. $20 million? You think Davey's got that in his pocket? Nah. He's been used to push the progressive versus moderate war. I've been telling you guys about this for about 3 months now, since Trump was inaugurated. There's a war going on in the Democrat Party, the far left versus the moderates, and the far left is making a move with Davey Hogg. And here is how the moderates and the Democrat elite are responding. This is this weekend on ABC. This is Donna Brazile. She is the prior leader of the DNC. Donna Brazile on David Hogg, and I'll show you the video. Officers of the DNC have signed a neutrality pledge. David did not sign. My position, as many of these so-called safe blue seats are seats that women and minorities finally had an opportunity to come and sit in because there were no seats at the table for us. So before you start wiping clean the menu and the plates and the seats, be very careful because many of those seats are in seats where we are. Davey, you done kicked over the minority bucket and the special interest bucket and the women bucket. Good luck, Davey. Good freaking luck. Here we go. $20 million to wipe out Democrats. They're pissed.
They're losing trust in all of our institutions.
Oh, come on, Donna. Hold on.
Trust in all of our institutions, the media, business, whole civil society. We're in a crisis. I don't know if we want to call it a constitutional crisis, but we're in, as former President Biden was here, an inflection point. Look, I think what David is trying to do is to not just help to re-energize the party,
that little twerp,
but to help rebrand the Democratic Party. The concern that officers of the DNC right now, they have signed the neutrality pledge. David did not sign the neutrality pledge. So he's in hot water with Ken. I told him he threw a rock in the water.
Okay, Ken, again, is the chair of the DNC. He's in hot water with the chair of the DNC. And I'm going to show you some more stuff in a second. Let's continue.
Him and the two of them and the officers, they got to get out of the hot water. But that's not my position right now. My position is many of these so-called safe blue seats, and I can get in trouble. Many of them are seats that women and minorities finally had an opportunity to come and sit in. Because there were no seats at the table for us. So before you start wiping clean the menu and the plates and the seats, be very careful because many of those seats are in
as a former party chairman, Durance, how would you handle a vice chair who was going to primary?
Well, I'll answer and then I'll explain it. I mean, unfortunately, David, I'd have you removed from the party.
He's such a twerp. All right, so rinse that guy on the right. He's the Republican chairman of the RNC. I'd have you removed. Ken O'Malley's talking about having removed. Donna Brazile is saying you're in hot water. You threw a rock in the water and you disturbed everything. You didn't sign a neutrality pledge that everyone else did. Guys, are you seeing what's happening? All right, now let's go over to the leader of the Democrats in the House as a final cherry on top for this. Listen to this one.
David Hogg, who I know you know, a vice chair of the Democratic National Committee, he's going to be joining us on the roundtable, and he is pursuing this effort to unseat some Democrats in safe seats through primary challenges. He's talked about a culture of seniority politics that is not working for the party. He said, quote, "We need a better Democratic Party and need to get rid of the Democrats in safe seats who do not understand what is at stake now, who are asleep at the wheel, not meeting the moment, and are a liability now into the future of our party." What's your response to this idea of targeting some of your Democratic incumbents?
Well, I look forward to standing behind every single Democratic incumbent, from the most progressive to the most centrist and all points in between. They're working hard in their communities, rising to the occasion. This past week, we had...
Okay, yeah, whatever. Guys, you've got James Carville. You got Hakeem Jeffries. You have the DNC chair. You have former DNC chair. You have other Democrats. You have people who are concerned about his leaders. We deserve his conflict of interest, as I would say. He's got DNC issues, and now he's throwing rocks in hot water. Guys, Davey Hogg has bit off more than he can chew, and he's about to get snuffed out politically. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. He's going to be removed from the party. I guarantee it. He has gone after the sacred cows of the safe seats. He's getting mixed in with the women, with the race, with the age, with the demographic, with the seniority. He is toast. And I am so freaking here for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it brought a smile to your face. And make sure you tune in later because we got so much to cover. It is stupid. And I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.